on this channel. Basically, every time Arsenal have a game before it, I'm going to be doing a press conference reaction. So I'm going to be basically listening to Mikel Arteta's PR. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on, what I think he's saying. Basically, we react to these press conferences every time we have a game. So yeah, smash that button, let's get right. So Mikel Arteta has asked on our transfer window so far. Well, in this first period of the transfer window, I think we've done a few things we wanted to do, and it's going to really help us to get the squad in a much better place. So he's speaking about the signings basically that he signed: Ben White, Lokonga, and Nuno Tavares. He's also never said about selling any players either, so we've still got the exact same players as we did last season who have failed under him, finished 8th, and you decide not to sell them, mate. He's out of his depth. On how many more players he would like to sign, I'm willing to work with the players that I have at the moment. I'm willing to work with the players that I have at the moment and get the best out of them, and we will see what we can do. So he's basically going to keep half the players he had last season, like Willian, Bellerin. They're going to be staying next season. What, is that it then? We're only going to sign 3 players. Jesus Christ. And what would represent a successful league campaign for Arsenal? This is so long to read, I can't lie. Our goal is to get the best version consistently. That's going to bring us closer to winning football matches. That's what I want from my team. If we do that consistently in every single match, we're going to be in a good place. But that's something we haven't done. Consistently give the best version. What? Right, yeah. That's something we must control and we must do. And if I think we're able to do that, then the results will consequence to that. On whether he has a particular league finish he's aiming for. On Friday, we win against Brentford. Then we'll be in a strong position. It's one game, it's 3 points, mate. I don't know what this guy's... The journalist here has asked him on where does he think we're going to finish this season at? And he says, well, on Friday, we will win against Brentford. Win against Brentford, then we'll be in a strong position in the league. That we have to do, and then the rest will come. So he hasn't even given a proper position. Oh, well. On whether Brentford will be cautious. No. If you look historically at what they've done in the last few years, there's a very clear direction. I think from the top to the bottom of the club, they know what they want to do and they execute it really well. I think they will be a really tough opponent for every team in the Premier League. On what he likes the most about Brentford's style of play, the clarity in what they do. They've been doing it for a long time together, and you can see they have the... What? Oh yeah, you can see that they have the fluidity and chemistry between them. And they believe that the plan they've put in place works for them. I think that's a big strength for any team. On Ivan Toney, on Ivan Toney, yeah, he's shown his quality, that's for sure. But every recruitment they've done in the position over the last few years has been pretty successful. So it's the player, but I think it's also the system that works for them. On our business so far and whether we'll do more. Here we go, the big question. Well, we identified what we wanted to do and how we can strengthen our team short, medium and long term, and what we need to achieve that. What we needed to achieve that. We defined the profile player that suits the model that we have, and that can sustain our financial position, and we made 3 movements in relation to that. Does it look like we're going to sign anyone else? We have to wait till the last day of the windows to find out. Or whether we are going to close on signing a goalkeeper. So yeah, obviously we've been linked with a bunch of backup goalkeepers. I cannot tell you, I have no answer to that. A very good answer, Mikel. On the number of signings that would make him happy, that the teams puts in place what we've been working on, and the spirit that they have and the energy that they've been training with, because we've had some very good patches against Spurs and Chelsea. We got absolutely dominated against Chelsea. They should have won about 6-2. It's how we compete in the matches and get the wins, which is the most important things. On the number of signings that makes him happy, how does that answer the question? He's just talking about how we did against Spurs and Chelsea. Did he actually really say it, or did Arsenal mark? Did the Arsenal person with rights mark up? I don't know. On Joe Willock, the situation is that he's our player, and we've held some conversations because it's not only what we want to do, it's what the players want to do. It's what the player wants to do as well. What he's done in himself is a really strong position. He can choose a little bit with more options, what will make his future could look like. And this is what we're trying to define right now. So he's probably going to go to Newcastle. On whether Willock will be here in September, I don't know. Pretty much said each don't know. On whether now it's time to deliver, it is always, I think the demands of the football club are so high and the expectations are so high. Well, that's a lie. I mean, our fan base, accept all this mediocrity. So, yeah. On how Aubameyang is feeling ahead of the season. Remember, he has not scored a goal in pre-season. Since he came back, he looks at the right mindset, and he's trying to put last season. I think they meant. Hold on, this is another typo. He's trying to put last season behind him, but they didn't even write that because they're PR merchants. But it's been difficult for him for many reasons, and he wants to go back to the level that he can achieve. On whether the transfer window has been underwhelming, it has been really busy, and you've just named a few names, but that tells you on how much we've done from position to position that we started in the window. We are talking about probably the most difficult transfer market in industry over the last few years for sure, and we're trying to adapt. The club, the owners, and myself, we all have the same interest, which is going to make the team much stronger, and we still know the things that we want to do. Right? I just don't understand this guy, Mikel Arteta, man. Have we read that? All right. On if he still has time left to achieve that, it is, but things do take time, and there's going to be different parties and different interests for deals to get done. Yeah, basically just said, oh, here we go. If players need to leave before new rivals can come in, money is tight for every club at the moment. We have an ownership that is willing to invest the team, and they will get the team better with bigger aims. We are trying to. So he's basically just said the owners are willing to back Mikel Arteta. So for any puppets that think I just hear people say Arteta's not being backed. Well, he says he is, so whatever. On how good Ben White is, I'm very excited. He's a very good player, and we've looked at him for a long time, and yeah, he's fitted the profile exactly what he wants, what he has to be, because we paid 53 million for this guy. On Thomas Frank, I think that's the Brentford manager. There are always different ways into management. I think he's done remarkable. On the transfers activity, Lionel Messi and Jack Grealish. Sorry, but what has that got to do with Brentford and Arsenal? I mean, who cares? Like, I know it's a big thing, like Lionel Messi and Jack Grealish. Why asking Mikel Arteta? Like, we was never going to sign them, so it's certainly good for the entertainment. You want to see these teams play. It's something that probably I ain't gonna bother reading that. On support concerns at our transfer activity compared to traditional rivals, absolutely, fans need to be excited. I would say be excited, and they need to see the team that is capable of competing. I just can't. This guy speaks so much waffle, is unbelievable. Competing with those teams because of our history. At the moment, we're competing with Aston Villa, mate. Aston Villa are a big club, don't get me wrong, but we're better than them, and we are bigger. On if it's frustrating going into the new season with uncertainty around transfers, it is how the others develop. It's something that is not possible to do on the August 12th, but it's possible on the last day. Confirmed, Mikel Arteta will make his final decisions on the last day, like we did last season. You went to Thomas Partey on the last day because we activated his activated his release clause. So, yeah, on if he expects to be busy right up to deadline, anything is possible. That's pretty much what he said. On Emi Martinez and the goalkeeping position at the club, what happened with enemies and different parties involved with that? You make a decision based on what. You have to make a decision based not on what we want, as well as the player's objectives and the history of the player. He was here for 10 years, and then you try to do something and maybe you're not able to do what you want to do. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes the player don't want to be, and I wish that all the I ain't even gonna bother. I ain't even gonna bother reading this last part. On if he had to pick one position to fill before the deadline day, if he had to pick one, I think we need to play about 10, mate. No, it would not be the goalkeeper position. I would not say that. It is what we're trying to do, and basically saying about this is this guy speaks in riddles. I'm saying that now. We need a right back. We need a mid. This is what Mikel didn't say this. I'm just saying what I want to say is we need a right back. We need a backup goalkeeper. We need an attacking midfielder. We need probably a new striker. We need to sell a bunch of players as well, to be fair, because it's just a joke. On players departing in the window, I think everything. Here we go. I think everything is related to who we bring in and who is out. Our capacity to hold foreign players in the squads. There are a lot of question marks still to be solved. It's still pretty open. And then I think that was it. Is that the end of the press conference? Right. So Thomas Partey will be missing the game. Eddie Nketiah is going to be missing the game. Gabriel will be missing the game.